Wait, so we gotta stop cracking down on crypto. Elizabeth Warren is building an anti-crypto army. Elizabeth Warren just put out this tweet that said, "I'm in this fight to put our government on the side of working families. Join our re-election campaign today." She's actively trying to fight crypto, which is clearly a losing battle. This isn't like a Democrat or Republican issue. Like, this shouldn't be a politicized issue. This is literally the future. Like, can you imagine politicizing something like the internet? Well, that's effectively what she's trying to do. Now, let me also point out this other tweet from Maria Shen, who writes that the US has lost its lead in blockchain developers and has gone from 40% to just 29% market share of open source devs. So they've analyzed over 200 plus million code commits and 11,000 developer profiles to capture this geographical data. Over 23,000 open source devs create a market worth $1 trillion, which, by the way, is just of a bear market. This is obviously worth more in bull markets. And so the US has lost 2% market share year over year for the last 5 years, primarily to emerging markets such as India, Ukraine, and Southeast Asia. 1 million new engineering jobs may be created by 2030. It may be difficult for US to recapture dev share. And all this war on crypto isn't gonna help, obviously. Developers are sticky. Network value is roughly back to January 2018 levels, but monthly active developers increased almost 300%. So in this chart, you can see the gray line is the market cap of the entire crypto network. And at the top of the last bull run, we were just over $3 trillion. And as you can see, the developers have been increasing pretty steady since the chart starts in like 2013. This is a clear trend that's not going away anytime soon, and you have prominent policymakers here trying to put on blindfolds and kick out any future innovation. Now, there are opportunities. The second tweet says that the US could capture the next 1 million blockchain devs. This many open source dev jobs will be created if the dev growth continues at the same rate from 2017 to 2022. So right now, North America and Europe are currently home to 29% of all blockchain developers each, which is pretty sizable. And honestly, this is not that bad because obviously the whole ethos of crypto is decentralization. And so I guess you're really seeing it play out on a worldwide scale. Here's the graph showing the US losing its lead around 2% every year since the last bull run, whereas India's blockchain developer share steadily grew 2%. So whatever we lost, India found it. It really feels like the US has gotten complacent in the last few hundred years of being the global superpower and being number one and on top. And while US regulators have been trying to kill crypto here at home, China has been actively developing its fintech industry with a strong focus on blockchain technology. So there's a couple interesting articles that I wanted to share with you guys this week. Nobody will get rich investing in Bitcoin ever again. Crypto analyst sparks debate. And essentially, a prominent crypto analyst, Alex Kruger, tweeted, "It is not early. That boat has sailed. The only people who will get rich with Bitcoin are those selling Bitcoin services." Obviously, this sparked a lot of debates and arguments among the crypto community, especially with those that disagree. But I want to point out that in his follow-up tweet, he said that this tweet was a social experiment. He wanted to observe engagement in response to a polarizing absolute statement, which apparently works really well, and that's how you maximize Twitter engagement. So other people think that from this current price point of around 28,000, we still have a 10x upside up to 280, 250,000. But Kruger believes that a 10x from the lows seemed feasible, but not so much from the current prices. But it really got me thinking, right? Like, how much more upside is there in Bitcoin? Market cap, okay, so circulation is about 19 million and there's 21 million total. The market cap is only about $500 billion. And while it sounds like a lot, if you look at the average market cap of the top 5 companies in the S&P 500, $500 billion is nothing, especially for the store of value that Bitcoin was created to be. Here's the top 5 companies. It's Apple, 3.39 trillion, Microsoft, 2.91 trillion, Alphabet, 2.3 trillion, Amazon 1.91, and Meta or Facebook 1.07 trillion. So I asked, okay, well, if Bitcoin itself, deemed as valuable as it is, and also having been closely correlated with the NASDAQ, if it was worth 3 trillion, how much would each Bitcoin be worth? That amounts to around $142,857. Now, of course, we could keep printing money and this number would probably go up. Also keep in mind that there's several thousands and thousands of Bitcoin that have been forever lost, and so 21 million isn't the real circulating amount, isn't the real tradable amount. And you combine that with people who never sell, hodlers, and those that have put it away like it's a retirement account, you have considerably less than 21 million. So this price is going to be affected towards the upside, and this is only if Bitcoin was around 3 trillion, making it comparable to the top 5 companies in the S&P 500. But that's just the S&P 500. If you look at the total global markets, the total value of the global stock markets is estimated to be around 100 trillion US dollars as of September 2021, so about a year and a half ago, right? This is important to consider because Bitcoin is openly accessible to anyone, anywhere. And so if Bitcoin is really going to be this major, immutable, powerful store of wealth, then $500 billion is nothing, and there is huge upside in that. So I think it's a bit short-sighted to say that there's only less than 10x upside from current prices for Bitcoin ever. Maybe true within one bull cycle, but not within multiple. So let's close it out with a look at the charts. So on the weekly, Bitcoin has just broken above these lines of support and resistance that I've drawn. But on the daily, you actually get a bearish divergence. Yeah, it's just a tiny bit lower. So not a very strong bearish divergence, but definitely something there. Plus it's oversold. So we're a little overextended, not to mention that the current fear and greed index is in greed. So you've got the RSI saying overbought, you've got the MACD saying this is a little bearish divergence right here, and now you've got the fear and greed index which says greed, and so 3 strikes and I'd say we are overextended. But who's to say that the money printer machine won't just magically turn back on again? So there's that. Let me know what you think. Do you feel like there's still another 10x upside on the next bull run for Bitcoin? Do you think that the US is going to retain its leading edge in blockchain developers, or is this 2% loss year over year going to continue and worsen if regulators get their way? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.